Wind gusts and wind speeds are going to keep climbing all the way through to about 3 p.m. Rain is going to intensify, especially between about 1 and 5 p.m. This is what we're talking about in terms of what satellite radar looks like right now. Green has popped up across our county, starting to see some light glimmers of yellow, meaning moderate rain. And off the coast, we've got this line of moderate to heavy rain and another one traveling south from the LA area where they just saw their first severe thunderstorm warning of the day, their first flash flood warning. They even have winter storm warnings across all of their mountains above about 7,500 feet, which doesn't include San Diego County, but for other parts of the state, they could easily be picking up on several feet of snow. Us here in San Diego are expecting snow up toward our local mountains, but not much. Couple inches maybe if we're lucky. Here's what it looks like right now outside from Mount Soledad. Sunrise was at 6:31. We did get a little view of the sunrise. Sunset probably won't be quite as visible with all the rain that we're expected to see over the next several hours. I want to pause this rain and cloud forecast at 1:30 p.m. Look at Oceanside down to Poway. More moderate to heavy bands coming onshore. South of Del Mar, we've got another cell that's starting to push onshore at the same time, and that'll hit the South Bay just around the afternoon stretch too. After about 3, 4, 5 p.m., we start to see that activity decrease in intensity just a bit. But then overnight from tonight into tomorrow, take a look at that next main wave that comes through. It's about midnight to 4 a.m. A lot of people going to be asleep, but our local mountain ranges might wake up to a little bit of fresh snow tomorrow. It's going to be something that we see day to day because as we head through the day on Tuesday, we dry out considerably. There is not a lot of wet weather over the course of the daytime hours on Tuesday. However, from late Tuesday night into Wednesday, take a look, a lot more coming on shore. So a lot of this is going to come in the overnight stretch, and it's going to be at a time that our mountains see temperatures in the 20s out there, which is why we might be prone to seeing a little bit of that snow. Rainfall estimates by the end of the day, about an inch, maybe less toward the coastline, 3/4 of an inch. By the time we get through the day on Tuesday, 1.5 inches or so, and then through the day on Wednesday, another 1/2 inch in total, which brings us to grand totals between now and Thursday of about 2 inches. 1.8 in Oceanside, 1.5 in San Diego, 2.2 in Ramona, maybe 3 inches in Palomar Mountain, but keep in mind some of that in the form of snow. Today and Wednesday are weather impact alert days. The reason why Tuesday is not right now is because we right now don't see any indication that the daytime hours are going to be inundated with showers. It will still nonetheless, though, be very windy out there by the time we get to Tuesday afternoon as well as Wednesday. Thursday is going to be the coolest day. Temperatures begin to warm up on the back end, getting clearer and drier by the weekend. That's the plus side. But watch for that snow over our local mountains. Very cold overnight lows and plenty of wind as well for our local deserts. Ned and Eric, back to you.
Okay, Evan, thank you very much. Yeah, this is an interesting week for sure. Big change. Today's storm could have major impact on flights at San Diego International Airport.
Our team coverage continues with CBS 8's Kelly Hustedall looking at what the wind could mean for travel plans.
That's right. Well, so far things out here are pretty quiet. There haven't been any major delays or any major cancellations at this point, but I can tell you the weather definitely shifted probably about a half an hour ago. It started to sprinkle out here, but the big headline out here is the wind. We've been feeling those really cold wind gusts come through here, and there is a concern that the wind today could impact flights. Now, according to the National Weather Service, the system is expected to move ashore, early this afternoon and blow winds out of the south across the runway here, and that could cause some problems. I can tell you hundreds of flights were delayed into and out of San Francisco over the weekend. This morning I saw there were more delays for San Francisco. There were also delays for San Jose, Sacramento. So if you're heading out of town or expecting someone flying into town, particularly today, be prepared and plan ahead. Besides strong wind gusts, of course, as Evan mentioned, we're also expecting heavy rain, possibly even some thunderstorms, which could cause delays as well. And the concern is mostly around the afternoon flights. Now, I talked to some travelers today who were heading to all sorts of destinations, North Carolina, Seattle, Hawaii, and some had heard about this storm and were certainly glad that they were leaving to avoid it. I spoke to somebody who was heading to Minneapolis. He got here extra early today, and he was concerned about his flight. It's not till 3:30 this afternoon, so he was worried there possibly could be it could be delayed. But we're going to stay out here. We're going to monitor the situation out here, and we will keep you guys posted. Back to you.
The storm not just impacting travelers at our airport.
Yeah, like Evan explained earlier, this storm expected to bring heavy rain and gusty winds. CBS 8's Jenny Day joining us now from Sunset Cliffs.
Just in the last hour, the sky has gotten a whole lot darker. Those winds have really started to pick up, and those waves are incredibly choppy. We actually have a high surf advisory in effect now until Thursday. We are expecting waves up to 5 to 9 feet with sets up to 12 feet. So really impressive conditions. We know nothing really keeps you surfers out of the water, but for the rest of us, it'll be extra beautiful from the shore. Rain does typically make these unstable cliffs even more unstable, though. We do have a high risk of rip currents, and we could see some of the typical coastal flooding in those low-lying areas. So this warning goes for your flood-prone areas as well. You do still have a little bit of time to get better prepared because we are expecting days of this. So whether that be sandbags or even just turning your sprinklers off, it will certainly help. The county is once again providing free sandbags and sand. We do have a long list of those locations on CBS8.com. City crews also spent the weekend clearing storm channels and drains, all to help minimize flooding. So again, do the same at your own home. Make sure those drains are clear of leaves, trash can lids are tight so that nothing's getting in the way. And do not walk or drive through flooded roads. They say even 1 foot of water is enough to sweep a car away. We also want to remind you to report anything on the Get It Done app, and you can also download Alert San Diego notifications to stay informed.
The big thing is winds, and you can see they're starting to pick up already. And that's one of our bigger concerns, of course, because as I mentioned, debris flowing that can cause accidents, that can fall on people. And, you know, on the roadways, that can fall in front of a car, they try to divert and cause an accident. So just being aware and being prepared.
So otherwise, I certainly hope you're able to just stay home and lean in and kind of enjoy this if you have the day off. Hunker down. Finally getting a whole lot of snowpack in the mountains. These wildflowers behind me are already in bloom. Absolutely beautiful, and this will only help. So we're reporting from Sunset Cliffs. Jenny Day, CBS 8.